The next speaker is born in Odessa and now lives in Kyiv. She is 20 years old. She is the voice of the new generation, the generation that will rebuild Ukraine after the conflict. The proven resilience of the Ukrainian people is an inspiration to us. Anna Neplii, we are happy and honored to welcome you in Romania and listen to your message coming directly from Kyiv.
Thank you. Bună ziua! Greetings to the esteemed Euro-Atlantic community. I'm very grateful for the invitation to attend the Euro-Atlantic Resilience Forum. It's a great honor for me to be here. I am also very grateful to Romania's ambassador to Ukraine, Mr. Alexandru Victor Mikula, for his attention to my works and his recommendation. Let me thank the Euro-Atlantic Resilience Center for appreciating my professional activity and giving me this opportunity to convey my earnest message to the world. I am also very grateful for the Euro-Atlantic Resilience Forum for their work, because it's very important in the context of today's situation, try to find new ways how we can keep resilience in our community. If I had been told in the spring that I would be speaking in front of such an inspiration audience today, I wouldn't have believed it. At that time, I was in a basement cooking for our soldiers and losing hope for the future. Today is a day that means a lot for me, because I choose to be a journalist to make my country a better place. Because everyone wants to make their home a comfortable and cozy place. And the same can be said about our country, which each and every of us must take good care of, just like their own home. Of course, if we want to live happily in it. Now I work as a journalist for the Kyiv Post, where we take care of our homes as a team representing the voice of Ukraine in the international arena. I would definitely like to note that I am extremely happy to be among people who are united by one idea: to help their native country. Therefore, every day, despite the circumstance, we work fruitfully to bring Ukraine closer to victory, and our work didn't stop even when one of the Russian missiles hit the building next to the office. And after some time, the work didn't stop even when an Iranian kamikaze drone hit a residential building which was also located near the office. I know that I alone cannot change anything, but I can contribute the launching processes that coming generation will continue. And I know that the responsibility for the future rests with my generation. And looking on my friends today, I am amazed to see how grown up we have become and how aware we Ukrainians are. We cherish our culture, and we want to restore the predominance of Ukrainian language in our country after decades of expansion of the Russian language. We are developing projects of the restoration of our country and rebuilding homes for those families that have lost theirs. We are involved in volunteer activities and helping the armed force of Ukraine in every way we can. And of course, we are fighting on the front. The news headlines state, "Armed forces of Ukraine repel Russian attacks." "Armed forces of Ukraine go on counteroffensive." "Armed forces of Ukraine regain the territory." But what do the armed forces of Ukraine stand for? It's more than the collective image of our rustic, butter-handled men. There are a lot of women and also young boys and girls fighting on the front. Here you see just a 20-year-old girl who is still university student. And the same guys and girls are defending my country. Quite a few friends of mine made this a conspicuous choice of age of 20. They put their lives at stake and went to fight to their country's future happiness and moreover the future of the entire democratic world. It takes the extraordinary courage of 20-year-olds to sacrifice their lives for the sake of the values of free people. And I don't want these sacrifices to be in vain. History repeats itself. Looking back at the events that predicated the Second World War, we can see that Hitler breached the terms of the Versailles Treaty one by one, preparing for the potential reaction of the West. He used so-called salami tactics, making several small steps instead of one big leap. Then the League of Nations tried to appease the aggressor, letting him bite off and hoping that he would stop. But no aggressor will ever stop and will never get enough. He is like a cancer growth that expands until it destroys the body. And Putin followed suit and didn't even get a slap on the wrist when he occupied Crimea, and blind eye was turned to his actions in eastern Ukraine. He got away with attacking Ichkeria, Syria, Georgia, with numerous murders carried out in Europe, including Great Britain, with the downing of the Polish and Malaysian planes, and with many more crimes after which he was invited to the negotiating table. Everyone tried to appease the aggressor, but it's impossible. It's very unfortunate that now everyone realized that the Russians' aggression must be stopped once and for all. If it's not stopped now, it will return again and Ukraine won't be the finishing point. And it may well end up being the Third World War. I don't want all this blood and all this suffering in our land to be forgotten after this war. I don't want all the crimes committed by Russia to be forgotten and relations with it to be restored at all levels as nothing happened. Otherwise, all the declarations and slogans of the United Nations and other organizations about human life as the highest value are just hot air. How can anyone negotiate with the one who ruined million lives? How can anyone sit at the same table with the one who killed more than 100,000 people at the city of Mariupol alone? Now, seeing that Russia is allowed to trade in human lives, I get the strong impression that only the rich and powerful are of the highest value in this world. But does such world make sense? I'm so sincerely grateful to all those who support and help Ukraine and understand that this is not just Ukraine's fight for its own survival as a nation, but also the fight of the whole world, of the whole free world for its future. And every Ukrainian has lost someone in this war. But I hope I will no longer have to bid the last farewell to my friends or relatives. And I do hope that all my dear ones who are defending us all will come back alive. And moreover, I do hope that through joint efforts we will soon put a stop to this evil. My dream is one day to wake up and hear the words, "Get up, the war is over." And this is what every Ukrainian is dreaming of. But my biggest and highest dream is a free, independent, and prosperous Ukraine, where my children will never know what war is like. Vă mulțumim pentru atenție. Glory to Ukraine.
Well,